everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to Dusty Coloring. Today's video, you're going to be watching my coloring plan video for July 2025. So what I'm going to do, and I started to do this in June, I'm going to keep a better track of it for July. I'm going to have a generator wheel pick 10 random coloring books for me to color in July. Now, this is just, I call it like a springboard to jump off of. These are not really things that I might color in. I just want to try and utilize my coloring book collection, and I don't really think off the top of my head of all my coloring books. I just keep gravitating to the same ones or the same illustrators. So this kind of helps me think outside the box a little bit, but I do have a selection of about 247 books and some PDF books which are not included in that. However, I don't feel like coloring in all of them because some of them are seasonal. Halloween, which I really love to color in all the time, but I try and really save it now for October. And then there's Christmas, which I don't enjoy that much, but I try and save it, and etc., winter, whatever. So I have my updated quick little coloring journal thing here, which then I put into a different journal at a later date. I have the list of all of my coloring books, and I have my iPad off to the side to generate the numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the 10 books that it's going to pick. So first you're just going to see it pick the numbers, and I'm going to say which book it is, and I'm going to jot it down. Then I'm going to go pull off the book, and then I'm going to show you guys what it's selected, and out of the selection, which of the books I decided to color in. And then I'm going to show you the books that I want to color in addition to those project books or whatnot. All right, so let's get started. All right, here's my wheel, and I don't know if it's going to have ads pop up on what, but we'll see. All right, so it's 1 to 247, and let's see what the first book it picks is. It's 179, and 179 is, now I get to veto some of these, but I'm not necessarily going to veto them now. When I go and collect them and come back, then I'll tell you which ones made it and which ones didn't. 179 is Cute Witches by Jade Summer. It's a Halloween one. Okay, we're going to remove that, and then we're going to go again. $167, which is It's a Cat's World. That is a Creative Haven book. Now I'm going to pull them all off the shelves anyway when I come back, so you could just take a look at them in case you're interested in them regardless, and then I'll tell you which ones I'm going to color in and which ones I'm not. $89 is Wicked by Deborah Miller. So that's another kind of Halloween-y one. It's so funny because when I want to pick Halloween books, I don't even think of any of these. And when October comes and I do this, it's not going to choose one Halloween book. Number 78. 78 is Coloring with Your Octopus. Oh, I love that one. Okay, finally a good one. $245. Uh-oh. I know the ones in the 200s were kind of like my least faves. $245. Actually, it's not. It's Tropigoth. And this one is actually a PDF. I don't know if I actually own the book. I don't know why I would have put that on there because I didn't do my PDFs. But okay, I'm excited because I never think of that one anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me go grab these 5, and then I'll come back and we'll go through these 5, and then I'll choose another 5. I just don't want to bore you guys to tears while it's spinning, because this generator kind of is a little bit slow. So hang on and let me go grab. All right, I'm back. All right, I had to grab my big PDF book. Okay, so let's get my little sheet here with my first 5 books that the generator. Okay, and we're gonna go. Number 245 was Tropigoth. All right, so now I'm not taking them out, so there's going to be a glare. I apologize for it. So I did color in some of these already. So do have a couple colored, but let's pick out one to color in, because I definitely want to color in Tropigoth. Maybe this one. She's sitting on bananas. I can't tell. I'm just trying to decide. I'm very pensive right now. That's why I'm not talking. I'm sorry. I'm just really trying to figure out what I want to color. Okay, and then that starts Cosmetica. All right, so I think I'm going to go with, where was that one? I think I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to take this out. And I've learned my lesson. I no longer, I'm taking the whole sheet out, because then what I end up doing is I take these, hold on, let me do it. I take this and then I go somewhere with it, and then I end up using it as a alcohol marker blotter sheet, and then I don't print it out again. So at least I've learned. All right, so we have Tropigoth, and this is the image I've chosen. Okay, so far so good. Then we have Coloring with Your Octopus, which I absolutely love this book, but I color in it often. Not like often, but often enough. So let's pick out a picture in Coloring with Your Octopus. It's a very long book. I'm not going to be able to get it all in frame. Even if I raise you guys more, it's still not going to get it all in frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a page from this side. That way it narrows it down for myself and for everyone watching. I do love this book. It is very sweet, but if I don't find something on this page, this side, then I may just flip the book to the other side. We'll see. It's cute. My back hurts. Okay, sorry. I don't know, this one's cute. This one's cute. Oh, this one's so cute with all the little doggies. Oh, that's like a Halloween one. I don't want to color that one yet. All right, this one's Halloween too. It's got pumpkins. This one's autumn. Well, I'm not going to color all the autumn ones, right? So, I mean, I could color this one. No, I don't want to color that one yet. All right. I like this one. I'm going to color this one. So I'm going to flag this one. So I have my little sheets. Where are they? I have to get the good ones out. I'm gonna just use some Post-its today. Okay. So I'm gonna flag this one. All right. So far 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Then it picked Wicked by Deborah Miller. All right. I don't know about this one. I don't know. I don't 100% love all the Deborah Miller books, but I did keep them because there's a lot you can do with them. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one. It's kind of Halloween-y. A little weird. Colored a page in here one year. I think I'm going to take a pass on this one. I don't really feel like coloring in this one, so I'm going to take a pass. And then Cute Witches by Jade Summer. Which is a very dark grayscale book. But the dark grayscale work very well with alcohol markers. I believe it's doubles, so okay, I want to just work on the first half if I do color a page in here. I think I want to color this page because really the only thing witchy is that she's on a horsey broom and she has a witch hat. It's not like it doesn't have pumpkins, it doesn't have anything autumn related, so it doesn't, it's okay. So I'm gonna select that one. And then it also picked It's a Cat's World. So I was trying to color in this book about a couple months ago. I colored a couple pages. I have a hard time with these. I usually print them out on my own paper. And then I color them from my own paper. But I'm not a lover of these Creative Haven books. I don't enjoy the paper and I have a hard time coloring in them. But I do love the images and I do love Teresa Goodrich's artwork. So I try really, really hard to make it work. All right, so I'm going to flag this page here. But I'm going to be realistic and I'm going to say there's not a big chance I'm going to get to this one. But we will see. All right. So I'm going to put that there like that. Right, and I'll go back through these books when I have everything to show you guys. All right, let's choose the next 5 on my list. All right. All right, here we go. Number 166. Romantic Country 1. That's Erie. And that's the first tale. All right. Let's see. $77, and that is Mythagoria Night Terrors. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not coloring in that one. So I'm just removing it and I'm leaving it off. I'm not, go back to it again. I'm only picking 3 more. Okay. That one I even have a hard time coloring in October, and I'm going to save it. That's a book I color in for Halloween. $178. Tenderful Enchantments. That's Clara Markova. Okay. Okay. 73. Oh, goodness. Camilla de Erico's Dragons and Mythical Creatures. All right, we'll see. And one more. Let me see. $119. Oh, good. Forest Song by R.J. Hampson. Okay. All right, so let me go grab these books and we'll look through those. Be right back. All right, so I'm back with the next set. All right, so out of that list, I did not pull off the Mythagoria, and I'm not going to. So I have 4 instead of 5, which is a total of, out of 10 that I wanted to, I'm down to 8. And I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to leave it at 8 because I got a couple extra books I want to try and color in. All right, so R.J. Hampson, Forest Song. This is a good one because I was thinking maybe Mountain King, but I'm thinking maybe I'll color in this one. So let's pick out a page. I haven't colored in this one in a while. Okay, maybe, oh, this is here. Maybe the Red Riding Hood. Thinking maybe Red Riding Hood. That was a horrible lip. No. Hansel and Gretel. This is just a lot of trees and a lot of... This one isn't my favorite one of his books, but I should really color in it more often. So I'm going to give it a go. And I'm going to see. All right, I'm going to stick with the Red Riding Hood page. And I'm going to add this one. So we're going to see if I can get this one colored in July. Okay, put that there. All right, this one. So I'm going to pick pages out of the next 3, but I'm not going to prioritize them. I'm not going to veto them because I don't color in these books a lot, but I need these pages to call out to me, and they don't always in these books, to be honest. So... especially this one, which I love, but I don't know. It's hard to get everything into frame here because it's a big book. It's like a larger book. So I'm just gonna flip through like this. I'm looking not at this one, I'm looking at this one. This one's cute, right, for summertime? There's a big dragon. I'm not a fan of this book. I mean, I like the images, but I don't. So I like how, I think she's a great artist. I love how she draws, but these are the type of images I don't enjoy coloring. I colored this one a long time ago. That's just a big lizard. I tell you, I'm not 100% feeling anything here. I'm going to select this page. And we'll see if, because this one actually called out to me just now, so I'm going to select it and maybe I can get that colored. It's kind of one of the easier images in that book for me. Tenderful Enchantments was a project book, I think, for myself in 2024. I was just coloring in it. I do love this book, but I don't like the paper. It's too smooth for my taste, believe it or not. You can use alcohol marker in here because then you would just really be sacrificing like this page here. I like that with the cherries. I had selected this page at some point. I'll leave that selected. I'll see if it calls out to me when the time comes. Colored that in April of last year. This one's actually a double page spread, but I chose to do it as just one page. I just thought it was easier. And I didn't write down the colors, so I'm going to treat it as 2 separate pages. Her artwork is beautiful. And I don't usually like coloring jellyfish, but maybe. See, this page I colored and I went in with alcohol marker. I didn't really care about the back side of it. There's a lot of mermaids in here. If you guys have this book, put on your list for next year. It's got a couple mermaids. Quite a few, actually. Maybe I'll finish that. I didn't write the colors down, but it's Prismacolors. I basically know what colors those are. I can tell. I mean, maybe I shall finish that one. All right, I'm definitely going to leave this on the list. I'm just going to wait and see which one calls out to me. Looking through it now, there were a couple pages that actually caught my interest, but when I actually sit down to color, it might be a different story. So I'm not going to pick out a page, but I'm going to leave this on my list because I'm actually thinking I might actually want to color in that one for sure. And then the next one is the Romantic Country, Erie's Romantic Country, the first tale. Now, I have a whip going in World Literature. Let me just grab it. I know it's in this pile. Of course, it's the bottom of the pile. Oh my goodness. Okay. I have a whip in World Literature. I have a whip. If you watched my completed pages, I showed you guys. I have this page here as a whip. And I would like to finish this page. So I don't know if that's going to Erie me out, like I'm not going to want to color anymore, or if I'm going to want to tackle another page in here because I'm focusing on here. But let's just do a quick flip this way and see if there's something that maybe calls out to me instead. I'm going to say no, because I feel like I just looked through this book not too long ago. Actually, this page maybe it's the circus page. Nah, I don't want to color it. I do love coloring circus theme things. Maybe this one, or maybe something simple. I find her images with the trees to be just relaxing and simple because, you know, it's just basically shading with the greens and the mountains. I think I'm going to flag this one. I'm going to flag this page here and we'll see if I get to it. Who knows? Maybe I'll do 2 pages or maybe I'll do this one instead of my whip. I don't know. We're going to see. All right. So put this to the side. All right. So put this to the side. I got books everywhere now. All right. So now some books I would like. Okay. Project books and focus books for myself. Let's go with this. All right. So Matchstick Mouse Springtime is my book to complete in 2025. I've got 3 pages left. So out of those 3 pages, I am just going to sit down at some point and color. Where are they? I know some of them already have like a little bit of a background in, like this one already has background. So there are 3 pages left for me. This one isn't colored at all, and this one. So I'm going to try and color this one because the other 2 are my least 2 favorite. But there's only 3 pages left and I want to try and finish this by like August. So I'm going to try and get all 3 colored, if not at least 1. So then I can show you guys my completed Matchstick Mouse Springtime. So that's on my list for sure. And then I was tackling, I left all the little tags in, Summer. I was tackling this one. Oh my goodness. That could have been terrible. What happened there? All right. So anyway, we'll watch out. Knocked everything over. All right. So I'm going to take all these little flags off of all the ones I colored. I colored like 6 pages in June just because of laying in bed, listening to an audiobook and coloring. 1 buddy color. All right. So I don't know which one in here I'm going to color. I'm not going to really pick out a page, but I'm going to put the book on my list because I do kind of enjoy coloring in these books. I did do 6 pages, so if I don't get to this book, that's okay. This is going to be my next focus complete book to complete, so I'll tick away at it maybe. I'm just going to leave it out in the rotation and see where it takes me. So I'll have the 2 Matchstick Mouse books in the rotation. Then I have 2 Camilla Angelkova books that I want to color in. 50 Dragon Theme Minis is just one of my favorites. I just can't stop coloring in this book. So I know for sure I'm going to be coloring in it in July. I just don't know which pages. I just go through and whichever one calls out to me, I kind of color. Last month I did, I think, 3 pages. So I don't know. I may do 1, I may do 2, I may do none, I may do 5. I don't know, but it's definitely going to be in the rotation. I absolutely love this book. So this book is going in my rotation for July. And then Mythical Minis is my project book. This was the book I was actually really planning to focus on. So I need to pick out a page. And I always like to go in with the plan now with this one, but then I play it by ear. I think I might want to color the Kraken. So I'm going to flag the Kraken page. He's kind of been, I've been like, I want to color him, I don't want to color him. The Sphinx 2 is another one. Or this one. This was the one I was actually looking for. So I'm going to flag these 2. The Sphinx and the Satire, whatever. So, and this one. So these are the 2 Camilla Angelkova books that I would like to color in. All right. Now, this book was selected last month as in the generator, and I actually had some fun coloring in it, and it's kind of very dark colored, so it's not super hard to color in this book. I can really get a page colored in here fairly quickly, and I have a whip. I was playing around with some background. I didn't like how it came out, but it could be fixed. So I'm thinking I'd like to try and color a little bit more of this. I don't know if I'm going to complete it. I'm not aiming to. I'm just aiming to get another element done, like maybe make the background look the way I want it to look in my head, or maybe do a piece of coral. Just one little element at a time here. So I'm going to try and do a little bit more of this page. And this is the Mouse Guard by David Peterson. It's kind of hard to find. From what I heard, somebody from my last video in June when I posted this, they said that someone was selling it on eBay for a ridiculous amount of money, which is a shame. If you don't want the book, just give the book to somebody. I also really like this page here, but I want to focus on my double page spread. So I'm going to try and tackle a little more of that one, and that's the Mouse Guard. And then I think I would like to color a page in Reptiloids. I usually reach out to Christina from Christina's Art Corner, and we try and pick a page together. So I'm going to see if there's something in here maybe she wants to color, and then pick a page based on that. But I am focusing on this book, and so far her and I have been buddying up and coloring a page in here, which makes it super fun. So I haven't heard from her yet, but I will reach out to her at some point before I start coloring, and maybe we could pick a page for July. So that will definitely be in the rotation. And this book is really cute. I actually like this one better than the second one. Reptiloids 2 I completed last year, so I was very proud of myself. That was my goal for 2024, and I finished it. But there's lots of cute pages in here. So I've been trying to color in Mythomorphia, but I'm gonna pass in July, only because I have a bunch of other books that I want to color in, like the Eerie and the Mouse Guard. I'd like to color a couple pages in, and then I have the Clara Markova. So it seems like in July I have a lot of like detailed coloring pages, I like to call them, as opposed to just like alcohol marker easy coloring. So I think I'm going to take a month off from my Kirby, and I'm not going to color in that one. These are just the books that I had out for my completed page video, and books I had whips in, and I left them to the side to see if I wanted to color in them in July, and figured I'd just work it out with you guys. I'm not going to color in Mountain King, only because the generator picked Forest Song, and I really have a hard time even finishing one of his pages lately. I don't know. It's just me. So like this was the whip I had going that I was going to try and finish July, but I'd rather color in Forest Song. So that's going to go back on the shelf. My color by numbers, this one I completed. Well, it's 98% completed. There's 6 pages left, but I'm done. So yeah, so this one is done. So this one will be going back onto my bookshelf as a trophy. And I have Seasons, the one Seasons by my nightstand to color in. And I have this one, but I'm going to, well, I don't know. I have all the pens picked out for this one already. But I'm going to just pass on this month. I'm going to pass. This one goes on the shelf. So these guys are going back on the shelf. And the Seasons one I will color. What else do I have here that I may be putting back? Dark Fairy Tales I am not tackling at the moment. Like I said, I'm going to take a break from Kirby in July. And if I do color, I'm probably going to do Mythomorphia. So Dark Fairy Tales is going to go back on my shelf for now. I'm not going to color in this one. I'm going to wait and see what Finding Joy in Color chooses for her movie for July. And if I want to color that particular palette and that movie, I will keep floating 3 mandalas out, because this is the book I use for, you know, all the color palette challenges and coloring the movies and whatnot. So I will leave this out and see. If I don't choose to color in whatever she picks, then I will place this back on my shelf. But this is my only favorite mandala book. I have other ones, but I don't really enjoy coloring them. This particular 3D one I enjoy, and following the hashtags makes it fun. And then this will be on the list for July. Hannah Calls on Spirit Animals. I have a whip that I would like to finish. So I started this and I would like to finish. I did my Neo color background. I just need to go in and add some more shading with the Neo colors and a little more depth, and then just do the rest. So I would like to do and get this double page spread done. So we have this, the mandalas, Mouse Guard, Reptiloids, Mythical Minis, and 50 Dragon themed minis. Springtime with a backup of Summer, in case I feel like coloring that. I'm leaning towards finishing my whip in World Literature, but I'm not opposed to putting it on the back burner and coloring the nice relaxing tree page, as I'm going to be calling it, in the first tail, if I can get to it now. So maybe that instead. We shall see which one I choose to color. And then the random generator picks. And I'm going to give you guys a 1 to 10 percentage of realistically whether or not I'm going to color in them. And we'll see if I'm right. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. This one is going to get a 5 out of 10 because I love him and I love his books and I love his images, but they're detailed. They're not quick and easy coloring. And I have other books that I actually, whips and stuff I want to get done. And when that happens, I get a little bit burnt out. So Cute Witches. This would just be an alcohol marker coloring. It would be very relaxing and very easy. I can take my colored markers. I can pick them out. Colored markers, yeah. I could pick out my alcohol markers, put them in a pencil case, bring it into my bed, listening to my audiobook, and just color away. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 because that just might be something I choose to do one night. This one, I'm going to do a 5 out of 10. Coloring with your octopus, 8 out of 10. And Creative Haven, it's a cat's world, 2 out of 10. So we'll see. But the reason I do the generator is because, like I said, I have 247 coloring books. Actually, I found a shelf I forgot to put in the book. So most likely I probably have like about 200 and I have 47, like 200. I probably have about 270 coloring books. And I just gravitate to the same one. So this is why I picked the generator. I pick it so it could help me choose or maybe go back into a book I haven't colored in, or maybe pick a book that I didn't color in. But, you know, again, it's my hobby and I want to have fun. So if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to do it. But I am leaving them all into the rotation. So those are my coloring plans for July of 2025. I am going to log in immediately because I really messed up with my logging in June. It was an epic fail, but I'm going to log in the generated chosen books. I'm going to write what I felt like coloring, like how I just ranked it, and we'll see if I end up getting to it or not at the end of the month. So I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see what everybody colors in July, and hopefully it will be an excellent, relaxing coloring month because I need a nice, relaxing month. I haven't had one in a while. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Stay cool because it's very, very hot, and I will talk to you guys soon.